Hello and welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix in my F1 2016 career mode here, and as you saw there, that was my tyre allocation for the weekend. So it's a Spanish Grand Prix. Should be a relatively exciting event, and we've got a new R&D apart.
Hey, good to see you again. The factory sent over the parts that were looking good on the rig. They're being fitted as we speak. Have a look at the report.
Okay, so as you saw there, our fuel efficiency upgrade from Russia has arrived in Spain at the next race, and you can see we nailed every practice program that there was to nail, and pretty happy with that because we've got maximum resource points from this weekend, although we've probably missed out on like 5 resource points from the team's objectives, but that's alright, fine with that. We ended up 4th in practice 3 on the soft compound tyres, which is the softest compound brought to this race weekend, because the tyres that go at this Spanish Grand Prix are the soft tyres, the medium tyres and the hard tyres. Soft tyres have not much durability at all around this circuit, if I'm brutally honest, but there's our resource points for practice 3, and we've got a new rival.
Everyone's talking about this new rival you have. Check his stats out.
Oh, come on now. How are we ever going to beat Kimi Raikkonen in a rivalry? Like, come on, we're in a Haas, so come on. It's going to be a walk in the park for him.
How are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
There's our qualifying goals for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's just no, we're not going to beat him. We're not going to beat Kimi, but we're going to make an upgrade that should arrive at the next race in Monte Carlo, although it won't make much difference, as the engine upgrade, which will increase brake horsepower, which is always helpful, by 8 horsepower, I think. So qualifying 1 was a breeze. Well, it wasn't really a breeze because I had to go out for 2 runs because the first run would have got me knocked out. So there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders for that second run, but qualifying 2. Qualifying 3, I think now. I meant to say qualifying 2 we got out of. We would have got... Qualifying 1 was a relatively easy. Qualifying 2 was relatively hard, but just ended the first sector on our Q3 run. And I think we went purple. Tried to swoop in to hit a late apex for that corner, which I do not know the name of. I'm terrible for corner names. Fly through that corner, come into this turn 9, be as brave as you possibly can. Go run out as wide as possible. There's a lot of time to be made up there. Brake for this braking zone. We're definitely not purple now, but swoop in to hit this apex. Now the long right-hander. Negotiate the chicane. Avoid that inside curb, it slows you down massively if you hit that sausage curb on the inside. Like, when I mean massively, I mean massively, and it compromises your run onto the pit straight, and we got P3 in the end. At the end of our run, and I was very happy with that run. So I thought I'd retire on that, and I'm assuming we dropped down a few positions, but we got P6.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your...
We've been out-qualified by Romain Grosjean. That's never good. Now we're going to drop in the driver points because we lost to Romain Grosjean, but Kimi Raikkonen's probably absolutely dominated us in that session. As you can see there, he got a tick in everything. He beat us in everything in that session. So our driver position is still at the maximum somehow, but now that's our race goals.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
Okay, so there's our race goals there. Expected to finish relatively high, but in the R&D upgrades, I'm taking it like more balanced approach, so I'm not going to have the downforce mass all the way at the end, all upgrade level 5 out of 5 in the engine at nothing. I'm going to eventually build up so it feels more even with the car. So like everything's out of 1 out of 5 as you saw there, and then eventually it's going to go to 2 out of 5 and so on. So here we go for the race. I'll let you listen to the intros. As this keeps loading. It's just taking forever. Okay, I'll let you listen to it now.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91. Or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz, and a Haas. Vettel, Rosberg, Bottas.
Okay, so as you saw there, it's absolutely chucking it down with rain here in Barcelona. The strategy's a one stop, which is quite interesting considering it's a very high tyre wearing track. But obviously, because it's wet tyres, the temperatures are lower, so they wear less. So we warmed our tyres up relatively nicely on that formation lap, and now we're going to cut to the race and 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Charlie Whiting held that 5th light for absolutely ages. I mean, anyone could have jumped that start, but we've been swamped coming into turn 1 because we've had to slow down because otherwise we would have taken somewhere out. And we've hit the back of our teammate, lost our front wing, and that's all gone pear-shaped. Our left hand of our front wing's red, so significant damage there. And that's never good, but we're going to go up the inside of a lot of cars, including Carlos Sainz. We're going to squeeze him out. I think he just backed off there, but now we've got a McLaren Jenson Button trying to overtake us now. We try and go up the inside of Vettel, but the door closes. A hectic first lap here in Barcelona. Go up the inside into this fast left-hander, slow in the wet. Vettel hits our rear. I don't think that was our fault much, but we're going to get on the replay. It was a bit 50-50 to be fair. No, he turned left into us, but Well, maybe 50-50, you never know, but... And virtual safety car has been deployed. That's the first time it's been deployed in my career mode, which is very nice to see the virtual safety car, but that gives us an advantage because we can come into the pits now to change our front wing. Although in real life I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to pit under the virtual safety car, but okay, never mind. Unless the virtual safety car ends like right now, then we're a bit screwed, but if it goes on for ages, then we're fine. No, the virtual safety car's ending now. We're absolutely screwed for this race. Unless we can pull off some, unless we have immense pace in these wet conditions. But interesting to see where we'll finish in this Grand Prix. P9, P10, P11. Oh, we're just dropping down the order now. This is getting embarrassing. Oh, it's such a long pit stop. That was best at 10 seconds or 11 there. And we've come out in P19. Which is well under what the team want us to where the team want us to finish in this race. Button's come out ahead of us now. He must have had damage. We try and hang it round the outside through this extremely long right-hander, and we've got him as we lose the rear a bit. Just going to check if that was a fair move because I want all of my manoeuvres to be fair. I'm not straight up mad, but yep, that was perfectly fair. Catch up to the Sauber now, Marcus Ericsson. Go up his inside, get a better driver for that corner, and that's P17 now. Now we're overtaking Verline into P16. We're cutting our way through this field very nicely. And now Rio Haryanto is ahead. We gained a bit of time through that. Right, we gained quite a bit of time through that right-hander on some cars. It turns out not too much from Rio Haryanto. Oh, we gained a lot in that corner. But we've gone onto the gravel and the grass, which is never good to do in the wet because you have a very high chance of spinning the car. Got a good driver for that corner. We go up the inside of Rio Haryanto at turn 9. Fair manoeuvre. He'd probably run himself out of space because that's what the AI do most of the time, but we're going to see on the replay here what happened, if it was a fair manoeuvre or not. I mean, that was fair as it gets, really. Next up the Sauber of Felipe Nasr. We've got a better drop. We seem to get immense driver for that corner when trying to overtake cars. Now next up's the Renault of Jolyon Palmer for P13, I believe. We're purple in sector 2, it's interesting. Turns out we've got quite a bit of pace on these wet conditions. We come through this long right-hander.
14th position. You're in 14th position. Palmer is ahead of you. The gap is
Go up, Jolyon Palmer's inside, but the gap closes.
seconds out of them each lap. They're on fresh wets.
Now we're going to have slipstream on Jolyon Palmer coming down this long pit straight, but no, we've lost the rear of the car and we're going to come under pressure from Felipe Nasr now.
12 laps.
Jolyon Palmer's got away massively there. And that's a massive error from us there. But we've gained so much time coming into turn 1. We're going to try and get good drive off of this turn like Lewis Hamilton did on Nico Rosberg in the Grand Prix in real life. And we all know how that ended. But we're going to dive bomb Jolyon Palmer coming into turn 4. He hangs it around the outside. Very brave of him in these wet conditions. But no, he tucks in behind us, and that's another position we've got.
The circuit's definitely looking.
So we caught up to Felipe Massa, we got up his inside, almost hit Verstappen. Oh, we've hit Verstappen again. Not again, but we've lost our front wing. Left end right. Again.
We don't want to risk making this worse.
Right end plate even.
There's a viable strategy change
Massa's spun off of our rear wheel.
keep to the current plan or try the new one.
And I'm not sure whose fault that was, but he might have tried to hold it round up the inside in outrageous circumstances, but we almost speed over the limit. I'm pretty sure we did speed over the limit there because we were red on the brake limiter, no, the pit limiter there, or how long the display above when you come into the pits, but we're going to lose a whole heap of time here, maybe about 9-10 seconds here. Oh, the front wing change is so slow. Oh, we've been held up again, and Palmer's overtaken us. I'm pretty sure he's miles behind us when we would reach that section, but okay. Us boys aren't too good at changing our front wing very quickly, but we've gained all that time back on Palmer again. And he just brakes for no apparent reason. But next up's Max Verstappen, who very difficult to overtake because of how much downforce that Red Bull has. But we kept tabs with him there, and we've got immense straight line speed up against that Red Bull. We go up his inside, we leave room, try and hang it around the outside. Good decent racing here. And we've got him. That was a very nice manoeuvre from us. We lose this squirm on the exit there. We're on purple again. We seem to be flying in these conditions. But we caught up to K-Mag. And now we're going to slipstream him down this very long straight. We try and overtake him, but we don't seem to have the straight line speed up against him at this moment in time without the slipstream. But we go up his inside. We do the same manoeuvre as we did on Max Verstappen, but he's broken again like Jolyon Palmer did. It seems those Renaults seem to be braking extremely early for corners. Unless he just backed out of the move. But we're going to go up the inside of Nico Hülkenberg now. We break it. We turn in as late as we can to squeeze him out as much as we can. And that's worked an absolute treat.
Has just crossed into the pits. He's in the pits.
Now a few cars are coming into the pits to change onto another set of intermediates. But I thought if I tried to tyre conserve through this whole stint like I did, would I maybe, when it dries out, would they last until the dry period? But as you come into the pits, our tyre punctured, so that's absolutely perfect timing. Although we caught that very well, but that timed perfectly, but we're going to lose a whole heap of time because punctures really do slow you down on this game, as well as F1 2015. We come into the pits to fit a set of medium tyres because I feel like mediums were the way to go, because I feel like softs would have gone off the cliff very quickly. They may have been the tyre to choose, but I felt like I could have pushed for the whole stint. I could push for the whole stint on mediums, and I don't have much data about the soft tyres at Barcelona and Catalonia for this race, because I didn't do much running in practice on them. The only running I did was the qualifying pace program on them. But that was all she wrote for that race, and we're going to come over the line in a very solid position 5. Very happy with that.
Really well. Super driving.
Seems like that staying out a long time on the intermediate tyres worked very well for us, and we gained about 2 positions, I believe it was.
So,
Toto
another
Wolff looks
fantastic
very happy,
victory
as
for
per
the Silver
usual.
Arrows. And I have to
Apart from
wonder,
if Lewis
Anthony
Hamilton
Davidson,
crashed with
just
Nico
what set them
Rosberg or
apart from the
vice versa,
competition
but
here.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this.
Mercedes crew look like they might have a party tonight.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race.
Podiums.
So then, it's time to see how
Would
this
be nice
result
if they
affects
had
the
like more
Drivers'
background
Championship. It's
to
a
the
good
podium,
result
but
for Lewis
never
Hamilton,
mind.
who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through as well.
And now let's
So
take
there's
a
the
look
Drivers'
at the Constructors'
Championship.
standings.
We
Mercedes
stay
have
where we
extended
are.
their lead at the top of the standings. It was great having
Constructors,
you
we
with us
stay where
this
we are.
weekend. I
Very
hope you enjoyed it
solid
as much as we did.
performance from the
Until next
Haas
time,
team
though,
this weekend.
goodbye.
We're going to go back to the hospitality area to see our driver position within the team and how much resource points we got. We've got a very decent amount of resource points. Might be able to upgrade something in time for Canada after Monaco, obviously, because you've got to make the upgrade at Monaco. We're being absolutely dominated by Raikkonen. Still at the absolute maximum for driver points. And we're going to go on our laptop now and see our trophies for this season so far. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time. Like this video, subscribe for more, and tune in next time, and see you. Goodbye.